We're always told just work hard, put your head down, and you'll get ahead. But what if that's not really the whole story? Today, we're going to crack open Oliver James's book, Office Politics, to get a look at the real, unspoken rules that are actually shaping our careers.
Wow, that one hits you right away, doesn't it? James just throws down the gauntlet with this statement. It completely challenges that core belief we have about the modern workplace. The idea that the best, most deserving person always wins.
And get this isn't just some controversial hot take. The book points to massive surveys that show things like IQ are actually, well, they're pretty terrible predictors of who gets ahead. Sure, being smart helps, but it only explains about a quarter of the difference in career success. Turns out, your political skill at the office, that's way, way more important.
So that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? If pure talent and hard work aren't the main things, then what is? What are these invisible forces that are making or breaking people's careers? Well, the book offers a fascinating and maybe a little unsettling diagnosis.
According to James, if you really want to understand the modern office, you first have to understand this new kind of personality that's been thriving there. He's identified a specific cluster of traits that he calls the dark triad.
And let's be super clear here. We're not talking about your average annoying coworker. The book defines the dark triad as the specific cocktail of three distinct but overlapping personality types that together can create a seriously toxic workplace. Let's break this down real quick. So, psychopathy brings that ruthless, ice-cold lack of feeling. Then you've got Machiavellianism, which is all about strategic manipulation to get power. And finally, narcissism adds that constant need for attention and shameless self-promotion. You can already see how they all feed off each other, right?
And this isn't just some abstract idea. James actually gives you a simple test to put a number on it. He says if you score a coworker above a 25 out of 60 on this thing, you're very likely dealing with someone who is high on that triad scale. All of a sudden, this gets very real, very fast.
So here's the crucial question. Why are these personalities so successful now? What changed? Has the workplace itself become a breeding ground for them? And according to the book, the answer is a big, resounding yes. The book argues it all goes back to the shift from a manufacturing to a service economy. Think about it. In the old factory model, success was objective. You made X number of widgets. Done. But today, in the service and knowledge economy, success is often subjective. It's all about perception. It's about how your boss feels about you. And that ambiguity? That's the perfect playground for a triadic personality to manipulate perceptions and get ahead.
And to really bring this home, there's this heartbreaking quote from a real case study in the book. It's from a postcard an ex-girlfriend sent to a triadic character they call Rat, and it just perfectly captures that emotional emptiness at the core of these personalities. It's a powerful reminder of the real human cost here.
Okay, so that's the diagnosis. It's a little grim, I know. But the book doesn't just leave us there. It offers a prescription. And the goal is not to become a monster yourself, but to actually develop the tools you need to navigate this world and come out on top.
And the main idea here is that you can't just opt out. You can't just say, I'm not playing office politics. Ignoring the game just makes you an easy target for the people who are really good at it. The only real solution is to get smarter and more skilled yourself.
The whole toolkit really starts with one core skill, astuteness. Think of this as your personal radar. It's the ability to see what's really going on under the surface long before you even think about making a move. So, what does astuteness actually look like? Well, it breaks down into these three pillars. First, it's about getting a really accurate read on the people around you, their motives, their feelings. Second, you have to read the organization itself, the unwritten rules, how things actually get done. And finally, and this is so important, you have to be able to read yourself. Be totally honest about what you want, what your strengths are, and where you're weak. So all of this leads us to the ultimate goal of the book. And it's not just about winning or surviving. Not at all. It's about building a way to succeed that doesn't force you to sell your soul or compromise your well-being. And this is the central, most powerful concept: emotionally healthy office politics. It means you can play the game without losing yourself in it. It's about knowing when you need to adapt, when you might need to put on a bit of a persona, but always having that strong, authentic core that you can come back to. So the goal isn't to be some perfect, always truthful saint, and it's definitely not to be a manipulative monster. It's about finding that healthy balance. It's about feeling authentic,
living by your own code, reading situations with clear eyes, and navigating all the complexity without sacrificing the person you actually are.
And that really leaves us with one final thing to think about. In your own job, with your own specific team and your own challenges, what would it actually look like for you to be both politically savvy and genuinely authentic? Definitely something worth pondering.